Well, I would have to say that the southern feel to our music basically is a derivative of my favorite TV show, The Dukes of Hazzard, as well as liking Lynyrd Skynyrd. However, that's not to say that there aren't other venues in rock and roll. But yes, I do like southern music, mainly because of the Dukes, the General Lee.
Is this the same with you, Butch, or?
No, man. No. The Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers.
Seeing them at 18. The energy of improv music, not knowing what's going to happen the next second, having no idea. Nothing's done the same ever twice. The high musicianship between the members of the band, rhythms, mainly the rhythms, I guess.
How about you, Ryan?
I did go through a southern rock phase at one point. I started off with more classic rock, more heavy metal than anything. For a while I listened to classic rock. I've since shifted to more melodic stuff, more acoustic stuff than anything, but I still have a soft spot for southern rock.
Yeah, you have a wide range of like music.
I listen to everything, from jazz, blues. I have a tremendous appreciation for blues. I still have a soft spot for hardcore rock. I try to get into some of the new stuff. It's a little bit more difficult. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. But I love all music.
Just like Mike, he's right into everything, as long as it's classic rock.
I'm into pretty much everything as long as it's anything that's a derivative or a base of blues, jazz, country, funk, rhythm and blues, anything that's within the rock and roll category. Aside from that, nothing else matters.
No opera?
No, I'm afraid not.
That's a shame. It's beautiful stuff.
So where'd Higher Octane come from?
Higher Octane was actually, well, you see, going back to the Dukes of Hazzard, as I had stated just earlier, as one of my influences for that whole southern culture, Higher Octane, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, but I believe it was their 4th episode, one of the first 4 episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard, and it was called High Octane. However, there's currently a band with the name High Octane out there, so we've just decided to add the additional letters and make it into Higher Octane, which is, of course, a level higher, just a notch higher than anybody else for that matter. So that's where the name came from.
It's one more.
It's one more, it's like 11. Bring it up to 11 because it's louder.
It's one more.
Damn. Any further questions?
What direction do you want the band to go, Mike?
We would love the band to go into a direction where we would actually have the ability and the possibility to play at a larger scale venue. And we are a rock and roll band. We do like classic rock, and we see ourselves somewhat as a party band as well. We appreciate the fact that patrons of various establishments actually get down and dig the music that we're playing. That's the goal we're trying to achieve, just make people happy and get them partying.
So what about Rusted and Busted? Where'd that come from?
Well, you see, once again, we're going back to the...
I believe that was the 6th episode.
No, there
Lost episode.
It has nothing to do with any
when the General Lee was
Dukes of Hazzard episodes per se, but it is relevant to the General Lee, the '69 Dodge Charger RT, which the Dukes have driven for 7 complete seasons, and there's even a movie now coming out. My goal eventually is to obtain and acquire a '69 Dodge Charger and soup it up just like the General Lee. And I've often thought of, unfortunately, beautiful machines and vehicles that have been abandoned out in the field or in a shed or in a barn somewhere that have just accumulated rust. And they were all busted up. So I figured if you take something that's rusted and busted, you can still turn it into a beautiful thing. And hence the concept for Rusted and Busted. Well, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for having taken the time to listen to us speak, at least for a little while here. We got to get going and get playing. We're already a little bit behind schedule, so thank you again, folks, and we'll see you soon. All right. Yeah, let's run.